Agape is a Greek word used to describe the highest form of love. It is unconditional, self-giving, and rooted in the will rather than emotion. It appears prominently in Christian theology, particularly in the New Testament, where God's love for humanity is described as agape. Sacrificial, steadfast, and not contingent on the recipient's merit. Agape love is active. It seeks the good of the other, even at personal cost, without demanding reciprocation. People-pleasing, by contrast, is not love. It is an anxiety-driven behavior. It may look like love, but it is rooted in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough. While agape comes from fullness, people-pleasing comes from emptiness. Example: child accessible. Imagine someone brings their friend cookies, helps them with homework, and always says yes to everything they ask, even if they're tired, or busy, or don't really want to. That might look like kindness. But if the reason they're doing it is so their friend won't leave them or get mad at them, it's not real love. It's fear in disguise. Now imagine another friend who brings cookies too, but not because they're afraid. They just want to share joy. And if they're busy, they say so. They're honest. That's agape. It respects both people. Back to the deeper level. Agape love requires freedom. If there is no freedom to say no, then a yes has no moral value. People-pleasers struggle with this because they unconsciously equate love with compliance. They often grow up in environments where love was conditional, based on performance or avoidance of conflict. This early experience wires the nervous system to seek safety through appeasement. Psychologically, people-pleasing is a form of fawn response, as defined in trauma theory. It is one of the 4 trauma responses: fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. While agape is an intentional act of the will, often even involving self-sacrifice, fawning is reactive. It's not about giving, it's about surviving. Agape is other-focused, but not self-erasing. It includes healthy boundaries. Jesus showed agape by healing the sick and feeding the hungry, but also by retreating to pray, confronting injustice, and refusing to perform miracles just to prove himself. He never acted from a need to be liked. People-pleasers, on the other hand, often override their own needs, identities, and even values in order to maintain external harmony. This is ultimately unsustainable and breeds resentment, burnout, and a loss of self. Agape says, I choose to love you even when it's hard. People-pleasing says, I need you to like me so I can feel safe. One is rooted in truth. The other is rooted in fear. The tragedy is that people-pleasers rarely receive the love they crave, because their authenticity is hidden behind a mask of compliance. Agape invites communion, connection between real persons. People-pleasing invites control or dependency. In theology and philosophy, St. Thomas Aquinas defined love, caritas, agape, as willing the good of the other as other. That means doing what's best for someone not because it benefits us, but because they are worthy of love by nature. People-pleasing twists this. It wills the good of the other in order to earn worth. The cure for people-pleasing isn't rebellion or selfishness. It is a return to truth. It is learning that you are already worthy of love, and from that place, choosing to love others freely, not desperately. Final example. A people-pleaser says, I'll do this so you won't leave me. A person who lives with agape says, even if you leave, I will act in love because that's who I am. That is where freedom lives. And that is where true love begins.